In every player's journey, there's a moment that sparks a lifelong passion. A moment where the love for the game is born and dreams take flight. The United States Women's Disc Golf Championships is just that. A lifelong culmination of the hopes and passions from the best our sport has to offer. These women have dedicated themselves to this moment, refining their skills, mastering their craft.
Your 2021 United States Women's Disc Golf Champion, Paige Pierce.
Now, they are poised to compete among the best in the world, each with the goal of leaving their mark on disc golf history.
And Hailey King is the 2022 United States champion.
2023 was unprecedented.
For a clean sweep of the majors in 2023. Kristin, Tattar in.
And 24 is off to a record-setting start. What will we see next? Join us as we celebrate the past, present, and future of disc golf. The 2024 United States Women's Disc Golf Championship starts now.
Hello and welcome to round 1 of 4 of the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk.
Brand new. Man, if we could just get that honk energy way up for this major. We're at a brand new course. Just put in, a couple weeks ago? Not even a month ago?
Oh, no. They put it in November, but they have not had a ton of traffic out here. It is newly designed at a really cool venue.
Yeah.
They've done a great job, and we get to watch Kat Mertsch out here today attack the course. 29% birdie rate in 2023, 78% Circle 1X putting, 44% scramble rate over the course of the year.
Joining her is 2022, I believe, USWDGC champ, Hailey King. She last year was parked 11% of the time, birdie rate 1/3 of the time, landing in Circle 1 36% of the time.
Next up, we have Henna Blomroos, 13% of the holes she's parking. Unreal. 40% Circle 1 regulation, 63% Circle 2 in regulation.
And last but certainly not least, Kristin Tattar, who did have that major sweep last year, record-breaking sweep, pretty insane, hitting the fairway 78% of the time, landing in Circle 2 66% of the time, birdieing 38% of the holes.
Let's start with hole 1, 570 feet with the legendary Sprinkle Valley sign. It's a triple Mando. It looks like a sidearm on a map, but when you get up here, I kind of like the backhand shot. Just push it far and deep here. Open up that second shot. That's a right angle. Only about 150, maybe 175 feet left to this very well-guarded basket. One feature you see a lot out here on this course is the big Texas mulch. It's kind of signifier of a new course.
We're just going to check right in immediately with an earlier card here, Missy Gannon, who we had the pleasure of playing a practice round with, along with Owen Scoggins.
Go check it out, the JomezPro USWDGC practice round.
Missy, a little on the left side, gets a fortunate kick, has still kind of an awkward angle here, but she makes it work.
Yeah, that looks great. She's going to be almost inside Circle 1 for a birdie putt.
In Missy range.
Okay.
Huge start.
That's one way to do it.
I feel like no one is doing it the same way out here.
That's true.
United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. This is our feature card. First on the box, from Blomroos, Estonia, representing latitude 64. Please welcome Kristin Tattar.
I agree with you, Matt. I think the backhand is kind of the safer play that can still get you the birdie. The forehand feels hyper aggressive here.
We did have some rainy conditions today. No heavy rain, just a lot of mist.
Sprinkles, if you will.
Sprinkles, it was.
Kristin pulls it to the right, which is, I think, the better mistake. Kicks left.
Representing Innova champion disc, please welcome Henna Blomroos.
Henna played really well in round 1 last week and then had some putting nerves in rounds 2 and 3 at the Open at Austin, so hopefully she can clean that up today. That's kind of the only thing holding her back. Her throw is looking impeccable. That's pretty good.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, representing Innova Champion Disc, please welcome Hailey King.
Hailey moved to Charlotte, North Carolina in the last couple of years, and now she just plays wooded golf all the time. It's her favorite thing in the world.
And makes long, straight putts in her hallway.
A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of really long ones, really narrow. And she's coming kind of on the back end of a knee injury that's getting better. Looking really smooth and confident.
Innova Champion Disc, please welcome Mertsch.
I feel like Kat really shines in a more open course situation. So we'll see. We watched her last week at the Open at Austin kind of throw more wild, more high risk shots. That's kind of her style. So we'll see how she attacks these very tight wooded lines.
And she makes kind of the nervy mistake of the early release. That sign, or that triple mandatory, is harder to hit than it looks. And Kat is off to a pretty rough start here. She did make the mandatory, so she's throwing 2 here, but that's going to be early as well. It is so weird that we played U.S. Women's in September of last year.
Yes.
And now we're just doing it again. Just wanted to acknowledge that to everyone watching. We're all thinking it.
It's like under 6 months, I think, ago.
Yeah. Kat with a really good scramble forehand there. Looks like she's in circle 2. She loves it. Kat had a really good first 2 rounds last weekend at the Open at Austin, back-to-back 7 downs, and then struggled in the last round. But her mental game is looking really solid.
Henna with a really nice little technical approach. She'll still have some work left to do on the putt, but that's all you can ask for a birdie look on hole 1. Hailey in a really great spot, but still look at all those trees in between her and the basket.
Yeah. Similar story here from Kristin. A lot of small landing zones, narrow lanes. Yeah. Highly difficult course.
Yeah.
Fun, particularly if you're in the fairway. Fun.
I would play here all the time if I lived here.
Sure.
But for a tournament, you can find yourself in some wild scenarios.
It's just one of those ones that in another year or 2 with some foot traffic and some of the sides being cleared out and maybe some of the mulch not being quite so large, it's going to be phenomenal. Right now, it's good.
Yep.
But it's just not quite polished yet.
Yep. This hole averaged at a half stroke over par. You can see how that approach can be very difficult, how it's very easy to tangle up a couple shots.
Henna misses low on her birdie putt. Here's Kristin for a par. Also low. A lot of these baskets are up a little higher than normal with pretty tall cages. So I think everyone probably adjusting just slightly. This one looks like a normal height, but man, that
No,
cage,
it's not.
is it tall?
Yeah, the koozie.
The koozie's hiding it.
Yep.
The collars are just up instead of being set into the ground. So it's just a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, they probably hit some Texas limestone trying to hammer these things in.
Yeah, I bet. It's a cool nickname. Who can we call? Who's from Texas? Maria? We're going to call her Texas Limestone now.
Hard as a rock.
And Missy Gannon, one of, it looks like only 6 birdies.
Yep.
Hole 2, a little bit more open. I like the sidearm off the tee. It's a par 4, 516 feet. You can definitely make the backhand turnover work. As long as you land in the middle here at 516, distance-wise, not really that hard to get it there, but you can see still narrow, still some trees to deal with, some rough to deal with. No out of bounds, which is nice. That's about it. You know, just do it.
This one's a lot more birdieable than hole 1.
Yeah.
Also about 50 feet shorter. I like the backhand here. A lot of these tee shots are great with having both forehand and backhand as available options, but there's definitely usually one that is favored.
I mean, yeah, I think this one could really be either. I think the backhand is going to get you farther for the easier birdie, but the forehand's like maybe just a touch safer.
Yeah, definitely.
To get out the gap.
Yeah, I thought this was a forehand all day, but I watched Texas Limestone and Stacy Kiefer both throw the most amazing backhands on this shot.
For sure. This is really perfect for a forehand. You cannot draw it up better. Kristin Tattar with her orbit grace there.
One thing about this kind of big Texas mulch is it makes for some unpredictable landing, both on drives, approaches, even putts sometimes. Sometimes you'll get a massive flare skip where you're not expecting it, and other times it'll just glue. So you can't really play for any sort of reliable ground play.
Yeah, it kind of takes out the roller game as far as like scramble shots, forehand rollers out of the woods, which I think otherwise would probably be kind of a staple out here in these rough Texas brambles. Hailey, really good job getting out of there. That looked like a rough spot. Kat finding trouble.
Hailey with a chance to save par, even being deep in the woods on her tee shot.
Get through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, big skip.
Outside the circle, look for a par save. It's going to be interesting. If you watch the practice round, you'll know that Matt and I were thinking like, what did we say, 5 to 8 down was going to be a good day.
Yeah, I thought 5 would be like top 5, top 10-ish, like every day, and then 8 would be like hot.
Yeah, Owen was saying 10 to 13 is possible, which, I mean, technically it is, but you can just see how much trouble there is out here. I do think this course does a great job of having a lot of birdies available, and even some of them being shorter, but they're still all quite difficult. They all have teeth.
And if you get off the fairway on any hole, sometimes you don't have an ability to get up and down and save par. So scrambles are out here, but not guaranteed by any means.
Totally.
I also think this week it's going to be less about, like, we're going to maybe see some really hot rounds, but I think it's going to be less about those hot rounds like it was at Austin and a lot more about the consistency of playing
all 4 rounds.
Yep.
For sure.
Because it's one of those courses where you could shoot a 6 down and the next day come out and shoot a 6 up, and you wouldn't be playing that differently.
Yeah. Hailey looks like she catches a little branch on her par putt here. Here is Henna. Fairly short putt for birdie. This is the distance that we kind of saw her struggle with last weekend. And the struggles continue. Once again, you can see that the basket's taller.
I was about to say, this is one of the higher baskets on the course. It's oddly tall.
But she also just still looks nervy. So hopefully she dials that in. Rough start for Kat here. Back-to-back bogeys. She shimmies it off.
Kristin with a birdie to counteract that first bogey. Back to even. There were 21% of the field got it. We had 100 competitors out here this weekend, which is the coolest.
So cool. And back-to-back years at that 100 number. Pretty cool. I meant to look to see how many women were competing across all of the fields. I know it's massive, and we got to thank everybody who, makes U.S. Women's possible and hosting so many different divisions across so many different courses.
347 competitors.
So cool.
Huge. And Texas women's disc golf I made an Instagram post about it today. It has been legendary for so many years. I've been on tour for 11 years now, and Texas women's is one of the oldest women's events that I've gotten the pleasure to play. And it's been going for like 20 or 30 years strong.
Yeah.
While I've been talking about that, check out this very simple little par 3, 300 feet. This is one you got to get.
Kind of a breath of fresh air. I like this play that Missy's doing where you kind of push that right side and then swing in at the end. She does it perfectly.
We're going to watch Evelina as well from the chase card.
Looks like a slower speed disc from Evelina. You almost want to feel like you're going to hit those trees, and then you know it's perfect.
Sweet. Couple birdies. 50% of the field got this one. So 50 people.
Makes for easy math, eh? Kristin on the same hole here. Really yanks that one late. I like kind of like a flippier fairway driver personally on a hyzer, something that's not going to like dump too far to the left, but you do see a fair amount of these ladies with bigger arms throwing mid-ranges. This is Henna with a Champion Rock 3. That looks great. All right, little arm Hailey going T-Bird 3. Just kidding. That is her tour series, though, and she tends to throw this thing pretty dang good.
Wow, so much spin.
Might be obstructed on the green there, but solid shot. That looks really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Star J into the bullseye for Kat Mertsch.
And just imagine this course when it eventually has grass through all the fairways.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like it could be the coolest.
I'm excited to, come back in whatever, a year or two and play this thing again. They really did amazing work.
Kristin airing it out a little bit on the approach, and that's kind of what this course does to you. Even on the shortest little par 3, she's got a tester for her par save. Nope.
Okay.
Yep, no biggie though.
Man, I wish I had the calm to walk in putts. I immediately start running. I'm like, oh my
Me
God,
too.
did you guys see it? I made
I'm scurrying for sure.
scurrying. Great save from Kristin to stay at even par. And even is going to be a good score here. Obviously, we're all trying to get under par. But just kind of, I think you're going to take bogeys out here. You're just trying to minimize not taking any doubles and getting some birdies when you can. I don't think anyone's out here thinking like, I'm not going to get a single bogey. Like, this isn't the course for that.
A nice birdie putt from Henna. Comfortable right in that range she was having troubles with last week. Nice little confidence builder.
And Kat, for her first birdie of the round, moves to 1 over.
Hailey and Kristin going to walk away with pars.
Did you already say how many birdies?
50% of the field.
Oh,
got it.
right. Math.
And after a very short, pretty straightforward little par 3, we move on to the hardest par 3 on the course.
Hi everyone, I'm Des Redding, Hall of Famer. So excited with my new signature series disc, the GOAT. I use the GOAT for all sorts of shots. The big open field hyzers, with some Annie with that strong flex and reliable fade, or on those windy days when you need that confidence, dead level, it's gonna slay that headwind. The GOAT, get out and throw.
God, Des Redding's the coolest person.
She's my
in the-
hero.
Dude, she's both of our favorite in the booth, and we'll never be able to agree she is more favorite today.
Yeah, we literally ambushed her and told her how much we like her jean jacket yesterday. Hole 4 is a par 3. It's 360 feet. This is an interesting one, I think, because you can go really aggressive here with a turnover shot and try to get a putt, but it's risky if you take any kind of bounce. There is some casual relief on the left. I think we're going to see a lot of these ladies go for it, but I decided that... Wow, that was so close to being perfect.
That was going to be the best tee shot I've ever seen on this.
I know. I feel like the risk isn't quite worth it on this one. I'm happy with the par.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are happy with the par and just taking, like Erika, I think was about to say, probably just taking some off on the tee shot and trying to just keep in the middle.
These ladies, not interested. Full sends, which I respect. I just can't do it. Kristin with the burst verdict here. So she's taken some off. That's a little bit slower speed disc. She's still going to give herself a look, but that's not as aggressive as she could go.
As Kat or Henna.
Yep. Oh, you know what? That was the wrong hole. It was a grace. That was aggressive.
That was aggressive, just a little low. Hailey, not scared of height at all. She's just riding high in the treetops, and she is going to be right outside the circle in the rough.
Long putt. And these are some kind of small gaps here.
Wow.
Henna really good at that, though.
Wow.
She throws through the vines.
I think I could throw that shot 10 times, and I might have made it once.
Now, give yourself some credit.
Yeah, right. That was a hard backhand.
3 times out of 10. Oh. Love the run. Kat gets a little roll off the koozie from the forehand. Go at it.
Kristin with a long look for birdie.
Leaves it low.
And Hailey closest to the pin, but deepest in the rough.
Sounds like a poem.
It sure did.
Kat to scramble a bit of a par here. Leaves it low. That hurts.
There were no birdies today.
No birdies? Oh my gosh.
Are you
I feel
surprised?
so validated in my little mid-range off the tee play.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give myself a little pat here.
Yeah.
I am a little surprised.
Well,
I thought there'd be a couple.
Yeah, there's definitely people that are capable of it. And obviously we see everyone here with a circle 2 putt. But
we'll see some.
yeah, but it's 360 on a turnover line the whole way. It's like, that's really hard.
With some fairway trees in the way. It's not like just a turnover. There's some key trees you need to miss.
So that's going to be 3 pars and a bogey.
Henna so far doing the best on our card. Bogey free, 1 down. Natalie Ryan 3 for 4.
Wow.
Got a 4 ladies at 2 down through 4.
And let's check out another par 4, hole 5 at 450 feet. Super technical hole. You can go this way that the drone's flying, but that's a little risky because that OB line on the right can come into play real quickly. I like the forehand off the tee, and you don't necessarily want to push that right side OB line. Being out in the middle or closer to the left is a little better for a simple hyzer shot across the out of bounds creek and towards this basket. There is no out of bounds around the basket that you have to worry about, so you can come in hot if you want, but it's kind of jaily, short left and deep of the basket.
Checking back in with Missy Gannon, who is 2 down through 4, bogey free, goes backhand up the left side gap. This is one of those holes that's like so cool to watch because you see backhand right gap, backhand left gap, forehand left gap.
I didn't realize how open that backhand left gap is. Missy made that look wide open.
I think it's like one of those things that you think you have to turn or throw a really strong turnover, but realistically it's mostly straight.
Yeah, it is. Evelina's second shot across the creek, and it's good.
Perfect standstill. We're calling her Big Charitable Missy now. Self-proclaimed. After she won the practice round and gave to charity.
Played blind and beat our butts.
Yeah, she did. She smoked us.
And now she is about to be 3 down through 5.
Impressive.
You think this is her second round out here? She didn't even play another
She
practice
probably
round?
didn't even play another one. She probably showed up today was like, playing blind, guys. Just to mess with people.
Top of the box, Henna Blomroos. 1 down through 4.
Yeah, just like the gentlest little turnover. That was gorgeous. Mako 3 there for Henna.
And it even landed nice and flat.
Yeah, it did. I like the forehand a lot. The only thing you need to be careful of is getting that flare skip, or shoves a little early, towards that OB that Madison was talking about.
Oh my God, that's very fortunate of her.
Might have stayed.
No way.
Yeah, all right. Also, it is harder over there to approach. Oof. And this is why I do not like the right side.
Me too.
She almost might as well re-tee
Yeah, and
You know?
there's no way to save a par from right
No,
there.
not even. Well, let's watch her do it, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Hailey
Now that you said
would.
it. Now that you said it. But realistically, not.
Yeah.
That's not what you're thinking about.
She's going to throw a standstill sidearm. You think she's trying to send the creek?
I think she's trying to lay it before.
Yeah. Okay. Smart Hailey. We love smart Hailey.
Yeah, you know, the few opportunities we get to see her. Kat giving this one a go. At only 450, you really don't have to progress that far off the tee shot. I think she was sending it,
Yes.
but just burned it into the ground.
Got
and
lucky.
It was pretty fortunate. That OB line is pulled off of those logs, so it's pretty easy to skip past it and find that OB.
Kristin with a nice little flexing sidearm. Doesn't quite get all the way to the pin. She'll be right around circle's edge.
That's well done. That right side's pretty guarded.
It is.
Henna way up here.
Like, way.
Way.
That's a crazy tee shot.
Especially, I mean, it was just a little mid-range tee shot, too.
Just a little.
Just a little mid-range guy. Great upshot from Henna. Top 2 mid-throwers in the game.
Hailey's 4th to the green with that OB stroke.
Kat taking a hyzer out and around. She's parked for a par there.
You're happy with the par here, but
Yeah, she's probably happy with a par period. It's been
That's
bogey,
true.
bogey, birdie, bogey.
but 54% of the field got this one.
Nice. Yeah, this is one of the few par 4s that you really feel like you need to get.
Wow.
Kristin with a huge straddle. Hailey. In for bogey. And coming back at it for a birdie, pretty short, what, 15-foot putt maybe?
Mhm.
And she's in.
Nice.
Bogey free, 2 down. Through 5, not too shabby.
Kat finally getting some nice levelness on her scorecard.
Man, I don't know if we'll see a better backhand tee shot than what Henna just threw.
And a Mako 3 that's so impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these ladies at 2 down.
And 3. Hole 6 is an uphill, slightly par 3, 306 feet. Probably throws more like 320, 330 with that hill. You're going to see largely backhand turnovers. You could make the sidearm work as well. I think it's just going to be a little bit less common. Most common error is trying to throw the turnover, but you throw nose up over the hill and then it fades off to the left, kind of in the corner, leaving yourself a long circle 2 look. Checking back in with Missy Gannon here.
I don't know why this tee shot gave me so much trouble during my practice rounds. It's just, you really have to trust it out to the left.
Yeah, and let it.
Oh.
Wow, that's really good. And like let it turn.
Yeah, that was more of a force over with a stable disc. You
It
saw
was.
it come back at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most people are gonna,
Flip something up.
Yep.
Wow, Evelina. Kind of shot for shot here with Missy. Fun to watch. Both of them in the bullseye, essentially, for birdies.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is like sneakily not a gimme.
Yep.
On paper, it looks like it should be.
Uh-huh. And you think you'd be able to get a sidearm there at least pretty easily, at least for a circle 2 putt, but it's difficult, just that little bit of uphill.
And that kind of center little cut of trees, I feel like, is right in the way for a flex for the sidearm. Mm-hmm. Here's that kind of common, I don't want to call it a mistake because she's still inside the circle, but it is hard to do what Evelina and Missy just did and keep it turning towards the pin. You usually see more like that, where it just kind of stables out just a touch at the end. Kristin actually almost like, I don't want to say overturns it, but gives it a little bit of extra turn there and rides the right side, and she is so close. Look at this.
Now I feel like
She's hugging that corner tighter than most competitors.
Yeah. I like that they're not flipping something up. They're just throwing something that's a little bit less stable and letting it turn. I think that's great.
I like that too.
Cat with her fleshy Thunderbird. Very reliably understable. Trying to come back at the end, but gets caught in some high rough.
Oh, here's the forehand. Hailey King going Firebird out wide, relying on the fade here. Probably one of the few ladies who can go just pure power sidearm without flexing it.
And if it wasn't for that little hill right there, I think it would have skipped all the way to the basket. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like that bid.
Yeah, pretty little run from Kat. Hailey from 40-ish. Sends it a little too high. Henna about 25 here. Misses right.
Oh, we hate a 3-putt.
Oh no, boy.
These cages are tall, though, and this basket, again, is a little high. I feel like we're just going to see a lot of these little nubbies. These little...
Not from Kristin, though.
Yep. She's in for birdie from close.
That was a really cool tee shot. That, like, extra tight turn. Haven't seen that yet. That was her gold line St. Pro, if you guys are curious.
Henna's in for par from a little bit of a tester range.
Yeah, she's looking more confident as
Definitely.
the round's going. Hailey with another bogey. Pretty unfortunate. No one likes the birdogey. Cat Mertsch struggling out there also. Henna, the only bogey-free 2 down on our card. Kristin also 2 down. Missy Gannon and Natalie Ryan 4 down through 6. That is absolute fire.
Hole 7, one of the most difficult tee shots on the day. I like the way the drone is flying. It is a very narrow gap, though. Thankfully, it's pretty close to the tee. So once you get through there, it doesn't really matter what happens. You do, of course, want to land out in the open. There's a sidearm as well that you do need to get to push to the right at the end. But no matter how far your tee shot is, most people are not going to have a look to the screen. You're going to have to throw a second shot around the corner, and then it really opens up here. And you, depending on how far you get, you could have a little chip, you could have a full little shot all the way to the green. It's a little uphill. There's still a lot of guardian trees, a lot of ways to get in trouble.
This is an absolutely monstrous tee shot.
Yep, that is smoked.
So good.
Wow.
And even with that great tee shot, as you said, Mad, she can't quite see the pin, though it's not that far.
It's uphill, though, and that's a little low, but she's going to have a putt?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Missy immediately proving me wrong.
Yeah, but you have to throw, I mean, that was probably a thrasher. Like, you have to get really, really aggressive off the tee, and if you kick a tree, like, bye.
Oh, my God, she birdied
Yes, Missy! That's a turkey for her, too.
Look, you could see her. She's pretty stoked.
Yeah,
This is a great birdie to get.
This is yet another hole where it's like forehand, backhand turnover, backhand hyzer, forehand flex. Like, you see it all.
So my stats on the new PDGA Live app, it tells you how many people birdie it, like by name, and it also tells you the percentage, but it doesn't match because I don't think we had enough scorekeepers for the entire day today.
Oh, that's definitely true.
Yeah. So I can't quite tell the percentage of people that birdied it, but it wasn't many. Only 4 people it's listing right now.
Okay. Henna almost gets through that right side. She does catch kind of early, but par is salvageable. Kat trying to take left side with the forehand also catches early. More forehands down the left than I would have expected. This one looks phenomenal. Maybe a little more right side than you want, but not by much. Kristin's also going to be over in that direction. And we're in scramble territory, scramble par.
Well, that was a really nice shot, though, from Kat.
It was. Small gap from back there. Henna just looking to get around the corner a little bit and make it a simple par. Or is she going for it? Is she going for it?
I don't think you can, but that was great.
That was great.
I mean, she's probably 60 feet away still, but really nice ground play.
Totally. Kristin with an actual straight look at it. Catches a tree.
No. She knows what she did too. Yeah. It's so bad in there. It's so bad. She may not even be able to get up and down.
Breaks a little stick.
Just the
all right, Kat Mertsch.
Twig. So
scrambling.
Yeah, soak it all in, sunshine.
Hailey's second, able to go forehand down the... Oh, nope. Flex forehand down the right side.
One little guardian tree, but she's putting.
Yeah, that's great. Hailey looking to get her first birdie of the round. Oh, boy. We're in kneeling forehand roller territory.
That's not bad. She's got to look.
Yeah.
And the fact that that forehand whirler worked is awesome because this mulch makes it tough to have any sort of intention with your rollers. Henna doesn't need it, though, because she just chips something right up to the bullseye.
Nice little touchy sidearm. Kristin to save par.
Woo, I thought she was going to do it.
Me too. She looked very focused. Hailey for birdie. There we go.
Nice.
The old MJ pick up the disc before it's even in.
Swaggy.
Yeah. Great birdie to get. One of four listed, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Solid scramble from Kat Mertsch.
Kristin going to have to settle for bogey after finding her way into the woods off that really brutal tree kick.
Henna's still bogey free. Really impressive out here. That's so sick. Missy Gannon.
Wow.
5 down through 7.
Come on.
Wow. Hole 8 is another par 3, 300 feet. Really tight. I think it calls for a sidearm. We've seen the backhand work, but boy, is it just tight and not quite the right shape. There's no out of bounds, right?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. So just throw it through the little tunnel and birdie it. Just do it.
We did watch Missy throw a backhand on this tunnel shot in the practice round, but it looks like it didn't work today. That's right.
That's right.
Just kidding.
Hailey throwing a bit of a flex here, gets a huge skip and goes deep, but I mean...
Almost takes a life in the process. I don't know if you guys can hear that Texas thunder, but it is rolling over here, and we love it.
Everything's bigger here. Henna goes for the forehand, catches a tree, and kicks out to the left. Hopefully a simple par. As long as you don't get caught up in one of these first ones, it's not the hardest of scrambles. It's going to be tough for Kat, though.
It's funny to watch Kat throwing these more wooded lines. You can see she's trying to like take some off or like kind of throw from the hip, and it's just not quite working.
Not quite dialed.
Kristin catching the tree that we all look at.
Yep, that's the one. Kristin's forehand, though, looking, the right height, the right pace, just not quite the perfect line. A couple inches off out here, and it can be a disaster.
Kat with some good ground play, but not quite enough distance on it.
Uh-oh. Henna also finding some trouble.
Oof. Yeah, this side is brutal. It's hard to even get a putt. And yeah, we see Kristin not able to turn the disc as much as she needs. She's pinched off. Everyone going to be really scrambling for their bogeys here.
Yeah. Henna's first of the round. I was hoping she could keep it going. Hard to do out here. Oh, I thought she did it too.
And this, another high basket. Kind of funny looking.
High collared, proper society lady.
Mm-hmm. Cat trying to
buttoned
get
up.
Yeah, cat trying to get the distance to get there. It's a little uphill, a little weird.
Hailey for birdie. Nope.
No birdies on hole 8 from our feature card.
Hopefully Par isn't feeling too bad after watching the rest of her card. Kind of struggle on this one. Cat moving to +4. She's going to be somewhere in the middle of the pack right now with that one. Kristin moving back to even. Henna moving to 1 under with her first bogey of the round.
I feel like the front 9 is the more wooded of the 2 9s and definitely where you can pick up more strokes. But there are also some good birdie opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this is the one where you really have to just hold on. Just hold on to your hats, people.
To that 6 down through 8, Missy Gannon.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on.
The final hole of the front 9, 470 feet. Another classic dogleg hole. This one to the left, though. You want to throw a little overstable fairway or mid up into this area. You can go the short side where the drone is, but I think a little deeper is maybe a little better. Your second shot, there's not one great option. A lot of those pretty iconic Texas oak trees with the spindly branches, and low and ground skippy is good, but there's these berms that go across that don't let you get that ground
like
play.
Actual logs too.
Yep.
I would argue that there is a 5-foot radius that you can land, maybe diameter actually, to have a clear look at it. There's one ideal tiny option, and other than that, you're correct. It is scrambly out here.
Missy getting a birdie on the.
Oh, that was hole 8. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
The part. Yeah.
Did she do a backhand?
She did
on
a
it?
backhand
Oh
on the
man!
on the forehand.
After I
hole.
talked smack.
Heck yes. And Hailey freaking annihilates this thing. That's very far. Almost too far.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
She'll be pinched a little bit. She's got the sidearm.
I think this is a hole that was good to practice multiple times because it looks like a pure hyzer, like these ladies are throwing. But that's so good. Don't get me wrong. But honestly, you kind of just need a straight pushing shot to line yourself up to that one little tunnel. The one to beat. Cat's going to be in a really rough spot there.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's the landing zone.
That is the spot.
That, or I guess on the other side of that tree, also fine. So there are 2 little 5-foot circles to land. Who said this hole was hard?
Cat gonna. Oh, that's actually a great kick because finishing out to the left over there is nothing.
Yeah, just look at how hard this left side is. It's pretty unbelievable, honestly. That's great.
Wow, the fact that she's gonna have a putt for par. Some people do it that way. Hailey pretty pinched off. But with a nice little knee follow through, she's going to have a birdie putt. Oh my gosh.
Can we play it again in slow motion?
I know.
Did she drop down to both knees?
What is that form? Did she practice
yes.
What is that called? It's a Hail Mary in a different way.
Yeah. That was something.
That was something. Kristin stays on her feet, still makes it work.
Clear look at it. Everyone, I feel like, just skipping over these logs like they aren't there.
No, they don't exist. Henna pinched, but this is her type of shot.
Too tight. Get some good forward momentum, though.
Almost a circle 1?
Somewhere in circle 2.
Oh, yeah. Well in circle 2. But par's great here. Only 4 recorded birdies.
Ooh, nice. A little bit of a left side catch there from Kat Mertsch. Really phenomenal scramble, and she knows it.
Oh, man, I love to see her mental game killing it.
Kristin moving back under par, 1 down for the front 9. Really easy birdie.
Hailey birdie with style points.
Yeah, the only thing I think she could have done better was run into a kneeling slide while throwing it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, pretty flawless. That's going to wrap up our front 9 here. We'll check in with... Was Missy just playing really well, or was she on second feature card?
That's a good question.
Probably
Second feature card.
Second feature card. Looks like she got 4 in a row there. We got a...
Oh, regional bird?
Yeah.
We're in the same city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's,
Can we
again,
keep
the
it?
crested caracara.
Great.
For anyone that hasn't looked that bird up yet, do it right now.
Yes, please.
Some fun facts, they do like to hang around with vultures, often confused with a vulture, similar color. I bet Missy likes to hang with vultures every once in a while, too. Doesn't she throw them? I think
she does.
Discrap joke.
Oh, boy. All right. Missy, 7 down through 9. We were predicting like a 8-ish was going to be the hot round of the day. So to already be at 7 is nuts. Looks like the top 15 or so ladies under par. And out of a field of 100, we'll see the back 9 a little more open, a little less punishing, but challenging in its own right.
Yep, a little bit more opportunity for wind to take its effect. But today it was pretty calm, just that little light mist we had to deal with. This is going to be a nice long list with 100 competitors, so you get to look at us for a while. Look at us go. We do have 9 more holes today, so come hang with us. And again, this is round 1 of 4. This is a major, folks, so
buckle in. Get comfy.
We'll see you on the back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.